Hey, man, James Harden is a fucking Cavalier, and this is the first time I've been allowed to talk about it. Because obviously, look, I do the football shows primarily, but those who know that I'm a huge Harden guy. Harden is a Cleveland Cavalier. The media reaction was insane. There are a lot of very sick people that wanted to keep Garland in the NBA sphere. You can tell when you listen to the radio and go online who actually watches the NBA and who only watches the Cleveland Cavaliers. You can tell who knows ball, who doesn't. James Harden is the perfect player at the perfect time for this Cleveland Cavaliers team. And guess what? Vegas agrees because they went from plus 5,000 to make it to the finals to I think like plus 300. It works. It plays. Harden is a great player. That's my opening monologue. We're going to have a discussion about it. It's a discussion where I'm always right. My co-host is right 85% of the time. That is Tyler McCormick. Tyler, what is up?
How the fuck do I follow that up?
Go no, dude. Just tell me how you're doing.
I'm good, man. It was a good day. We're making moves and trying to line some stuff up, and we're I didn't want to. I thought about going like having us put something out there when the trade happened, but I wanted to wait until after the deadline because I thought they were going to do more, and they kind of did. I mean, they basically gave Lonzo Ball's $10 million to the Utah Jazz, and they had to give 2 second-round picks for it. You know, they don't have a second-round pick for the next 7 years.
Good. I hope they never pick in the second round ever again. Right? Like, what are we doing here? Like, here we go. Second-round draft picks hit in the NBA at a lower clip than any other sport. Those guys very rarely even step foot on an NBA court. So if you can use them to manage your cap space, do that. The second apron is a pain in the ass. If you can use those second-round picks to acquire or maneuver your roster in a way that to make it a little bit more healthy, do that because second-round picks don't end up doing anything. I think I can name like 3 second-round picks that are really actual hoopers. Load up on lottery. Honestly, upper lottery, not lower lottery, and then go get stars. That's what they should do. That's what they should be doing. And so I hope that they trade away their second-round picks from now until forever.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not drafting in the first 5 picks, what's the point? Do you need those? If you're drafting in like the 25th spot, what are we? You're not even going to make the roster.
If you're drafting in the 25th spot, just draft the best shooter you can find and scratch everything else, and hopefully he makes your roster as a bench player. But what I do want to talk about, what I do think this show should be really focused on, at least the first segment. Because look, segment 1, we're going to do a lot of NBA talk. Segment 2, I do want to bring up some baseball stuff because we're both scuba guys. The Tigers got a lot better in the last 48 hours. We got to talk about that, obviously, because they're forever attached to the Guardians. And then I want to talk Reds for a quick, brief moment. Then I want to hit Browns and Ohio State to kind of close the show out. So we got a full show, and obviously it's live. So any super chats, we will get to Rod. And Rod, shoot me a text, and I'll just get your super chat now because, I rock with you guys. But for me, adding James Harden and getting rid of Darius Garland, who can't stay healthy, and that foot has been messed up for a long time, is a huge, huge win. Like a huge win. And people, I think, have this misconception about what Harden is or who Harden would be on this team because there was one year in Houston when he shot every shot because he had to, because he played with the G League squad, and that year he didn't play defense. Now, at age 36, I know he's old. He is a better player than Darius Garland, and he's a player that Donovan Mitchell trusts to go be his running mate to win a championship. Darius Garland is awesome. But what Cleveland fans across all sports need to do is know when to say when and when to let somebody go. And it was time to let Garland go. In the NBA playoffs, it's more physical. He can't stay healthy. In the NBA playoffs, you get 100 for your bad defense. He's small and not a great defender. In the NBA Finals, if you're going to get picked on, show the ability to go get me 40. He hasn't done that this year. And in the NBA Finals, you need experience and you need guys who, when the going gets a little tough or when there is some issue scoring the basketball, not only can he go get himself a bucket, but he's also the best pick and roll guard, statistically speaking, in the history of the NBA. You know what that means, Tyler? That means that Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley, all of a sudden, they're a lot better than they were with Darius Garland. And if you can trade Darius Garland, upgrade at that spot while also making your two bigs better, I can't see any world where this trade is anything but extraordinary for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And it took guts because trading away a first-round pick that's small, but a first-round pick that you took and groomed and developed, like this is legitimately, look, you traded away that Honda and ended up with a Lexus. You traded away that Toyota, ended up with a Lexus. Like, go do that. Now, is the Lexus a little bit older? Yes, but it runs better. It's more luxury. And look, when you sit in it, everything feels a lot better than that Honda did.
All right. Take a sip there, pal.
James Harden never missed a back-to-back. He plays back-to-back. Load management doesn't exist. He goes out there. He's scoring 50 at 36 years old. I can't believe that people want to hold on to fragile Garland.
Here's the
Tyler,
thing.
in the current NBA, we hear the word load management all the time, don't we? Guess who never takes load management at 36 years old? It's James Harden. He had his first load management day yesterday because they were playing the Clippers. He probably want to get bounced off by some strippers and then go drop 50 on Saturday during his debut.
Chris, can I go?
Mm-hmm.
I've been on your side. Just let me go.
My bad. I get a lot, bro. Here's the thing, bro. For the years, bro, I get so much Harden hate. Caught so much Harden hate. He is legitimately the best pick and roll. He's a better pass than Magic Johnson. And you say that, people are like, oh my God. But he is. Go, dude, my bad. Let's cut my mic. I'm muting myself.
Here's the thing. If anybody out there is disappointed and doesn't like Harden, I think you're wrong, but I'm not going to argue with you.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that we have to understand as Cavs fans is that the way they were constructed before the trade, we knew what was going to happen. They weren't good enough. Period. Point blank. End of story.
Weren't good enough.
We knew how the story would end. Was DG a good talent? Was he drafted by Cleveland and we watched him grow and all those things? Yes, I get all that. But your best skill is availability.
Bingo.
And if you're not available, there's nothing that I can do for you. Right? I can't defend that. I can't. If you're not on the court, what good are you? And I've said that Cleveland fans have a sickness when it comes to how they look at these players.
Never want to let anybody go.
Never want to let anybody go. And they never, and it's like these guys, they're assets for our team. Like I am a Cleveland sports fan. And these players, like, they're going to come and go. And there's going to be a new wave of players. And like, they're assets for make my team better, and I will root for them while they're here. But let's keep it a beam. If moving them makes my team better, I am for it.
Bingo.
Okay. So, and the other thing, so a couple of things that people don't like about James Harden. They say he's a choker. Well, all four of the guys that we had for our core four, all chokers.
Mm-hmm.
They all choke, all together. They've done it together. So what are we talking about? Second of all,
also, and I'll say this, choking against Titans is different than choking against Halliburton.
I was just about to get there. So the teams that James Harden has lost to in the playoffs, he lost to KD and Russ when KD was still in the Thunder. He lost to Damian Lillard and LaMarcus Aldridge.
Hall of Famers.
He lost to the 2015 Golden State team who won the chip.
Bingo.
He lost to the 73-win version of the Golden State Warriors.
Bingo.
He lost to the Kawhi Spurs. He lost to 2020 LeBron Lakers, who won the chip. He lost to the Giannis championship team, and he lost to a Jokic championship team.
And you skipped over the Kevin Durant Warrior team in there, too.
Yeah, that happened.
Yeah, and they took the Kevin Durant Warriors team to 7, the only team to take that team past 5.
Yeah. So there are things out there. And second, so then you look
again,
at
like, and now we're talking about Titans, right? Like he lost to Titans.
Hall of Fame players. Like, but you also look at who was on his team. Who has he played with? Well, I started looking at this when he got to Houston. right? Because I know we played with KD and Russ. They were both like teenagers.
Yeah, and also just real quick, the fact that the Thunder refused to start him was also insane.
Yeah. So he played with Chris Paul, who himself is an all-time choker and not the easiest, teammate to play with.
Well, and wait a second. And that team was going to win the finals, but Chris Paul hurt his hamstring in Game 5.
Correct.
And missed the rest of the series against Golden State, and James Harden still took them to 7.
He played with Dwight Howard, who was like negative offensive bag.
Yeah.
He got Clint Capella paid like hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah, he made Clint Capella $100 million. Clint Capella is worse than Jared Allen is.
Yeah. Eric Gordon, who was a good
player, good
role player,
like good explosive, like 6-man.
Yeah. KD in Brooklyn hurt. Kyrie in Brooklyn, who at the time was telling everybody that the world was fucking flat,
and then decided not to play.
And then decided I don't want to play. Joel Embiid hurt. Kawhi in LA doesn't even like basketball, and Paul George also hurt. Yeah. So, like, there are things there. And then I also looked up his playoff stuff. And I looked at all of his either closeout games or elimination games. He's played in 36 of those games in his career, and he averages 24-7. His career numbers are 24-7.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I will say
he's had some bad
He has had some. His last 4 exits have been bad. They have been bad. I'm not going to lie, and I think that there's some things there that I don't think he should get a pass for. I don't.
No, I'll blame his mental makeup. This is what Harden does, and maybe I resonate with this because I've done it too. Harden does the thing where the game before the last game, he'll just go balls to the wall and like try to do whatever. And if he has a crazy game the game before and they still lose, like for him, that's like, all right, we just can't win. Like I'm mentally defeated. And that's what seems to happen. Like against Golden State in Game 6. And this is what I started picking up the trend. Game 6, I think it's for like 40 points. Next game, non-existent. I mean, a year ago or 2 years ago when they got eliminated by the Celtics, he was dialed the game before. And then for the final game, decided, I don't want to shoot anymore. And it's like, it feels like if he expends himself and it doesn't go well, he's not going to do that again. And that is a flaw in the mental makeup of James Harden, I will say.
Yeah. Last year against Jokic in the game before the elimination game, he went for 28-8.
Okay, that's solid. Not emptying the clip, but that's solid.
The elimination game, he went for 7 points and 13 assists.
Yeah. Watching that game, dude, every time he got the ball, you know what he did? Threw it to Kawhi.
Yeah. So there is something to be said about his mental makeup, and I don't think he should be absolved in that.
No, definitely not absolved. Look, I would make excuses for James Harden, but he has been horrid in closeout, and when he's facing elimination, he's been horrid.
So there is that scenario, but I also think Donovan's going to help him because Donovan likes playing basketball and wants to win and is hungry.
Yeah. And
like the age thing, to me, like he's still averaging 25-7. 36 years old, averaging 25-7. And
I believe you actually shortchanged him. Right? Is he only averaging 7 assists?
Yeah.
25-8.
Okay, 25-8. My fucking bad. 25-8. And it's like, and this is the same thing I talked about with like LeBron. LeBron's still averaging what, 22, 7, and 5?
Yeah.
And you're gonna say, like, nope, too old. Kiss my ass. Like, I don't care. The numbers don't lie. 25-8. That it plays.
And literally,
and he's doing it at a more efficient clip. And the last thing I'll say to defend him is he a great on-ball defender? Is he a great defender? Is he the super athletic guy? No, he's not going to be that guy. But the thing is he doesn't. Darius Garland can't defend because he's too small.
Right.
You can't hunt James Harden and make him switch and play defense, and then like Jason Tatum isn't going, and now Jason Tatum isn't going to play, but like Jason Tatum isn't going to be able to call for a screen, an on-ball screen, to get James Harden guy to come screen him, so they switch to James Harden because he's not going to big body James Harden.
Mm-mm.
So like now we're talking about 6'5" point guard, 6'5" Donovan Mitchell. We're going to have Jalen Tyson, who's 6'7", 6'6", who's really been impressive, playing really well. And then you're going to have 7-foot Evan Mobley and 7-foot Jared Allen.
The thing about James Harden too is that like after his second year in Houston, he made the decision to give up the athleticism and just like add muscle and be like more of like a tanky bulldog type for that style, for what he currently does. Okay, and JS kind of has decided he doesn't like Harden, which is okay. I would contend that like the style that you're referring to, A, is not as egregious as you think it is. B, the guy that played that style just won the Finals MVP a year ago.
Yeah, do you not like SGA? That's the question I'm going to ask you. Do you not like SGA
or Luka
or yeah,
or Jokic?
Because when the game slows down, you're going to need him to like go get you 2 free throws.
Yeah, and also like the foul baiting thing was more of a thing in Houston than it was post Houston, and that's when Daryl Morey was there, and the 2 most efficient shots were layups and threes, and the 3rd most efficient shot was free throws. He doesn't really have that style anymore, but I think people kind of gave up on him. But like in the playoffs, like you kind of want that to slow the game down and like get teams in foul trouble. And it's like, okay, like if you don't like that style of basketball, that's fine. Then this like current NBA probably isn't for you.
I also, you know what I also don't like, Chris? Getting bounced in the second round.
Yeah, agreed.
It's also what I don't like.
Agreed.
So if I need to foul bait and I need to go to the rack and get fouled and, you know, do whatever, and it gets me to the Eastern Conference Finals at the minimum, sign me up.
Yeah. Also, like
this group was never going to make it. They weren't good enough. So the only thing that Kobe Altman couldn't do was do nothing. Period. Point blank. You know, did I want Giannis? Absolutely, I wanted Giannis. I would have traded Evan Mobley, Max Strus, and all of our picks. I don't care. How many do you want? Have as many as you can take.
Literally take them all.
I don't need to draft for another decade if it would have got me Giannis. Because I also believe that LeBron James is coming here next summer.
I do too.
This summer.
I do too.
LeBron James will play his last year in Cleveland next year.
I just have to address this. I'm sorry. I'm the guy that prefers extraordinary NBA. That's fine. You could do that. I will say this. Peak Jordan statistically versus peak Harden statistically, what player do you think was at the free throw line more? It was Jordan. There's been 3 shooting guards to average 35 points a game or more in modern NBA history. You know who they are? Kobe, Harden, Jordan. You want to know who shot the most free throws out of those 3? Jordan. You want to know who shot the second most free throws out of those 3? Kobe. The 3rd most free throws out of those 3? Harden. I don't do revisionist history, guys.
When you come at Chris about James Harden, about his guy James Harden, you better come correct.
I'm just saying, like Jordan was over there crying to the refs all the time. Jordan just the greatest thing about Jordan. Look, I'm not even a Jordan hater. The biggest thing about Jordan is that he played in a non-social media era. Also, JS, just real quick, people don't want to stay in Cleveland and willing to trade all the stars who do want to stay. I think James Harden wants to stay in Cleveland.
James Harden waived his no trade clause to come to Cleveland.
Right. I think he wants to be in Cleveland. Again, like, we're talking about someone who right now offensively is better than prime Tracy McGrady. Talk about someone right now who's putting up the same stats as Cade Cunningham.
JS, I know you like DG, and that's fine. Darius Garland, you weren't going to win, and we were not winning the NBA championship with the roster that was currently constructed. It just wasn't going to happen. So and if they got bounced out of the second round again, Donovan Mitchell was going to opt out and he was going to leave.
And like
these guys are not sticking around. They're not sticking around to play for a team that has no chance to win a championship. They're not doing it.
Cleveland people may prefer Darius Garland, but you know who didn't prefer Darius Garland?
Kobe
Donovan
Altman
Mitchell.
and Donovan Mitchell. Yeah, absolutely. This trade happened because Donovan Mitchell approved it. Make
Not
no
just
mistake, Dan Gilbert will ask his superstars for their approval. He did it with LeBron. Donovan Mitchell is the second greatest Cavalier to ever wear the uniform. He's the second best basketball player to ever wear a Cavs uniform. He absolutely asked Donovan Mitchell if he wanted this trade, and Donovan Mitchell said yes. In fact, he probably asked James Harden if he would come here.
well, they said that he actually went and talked to James beforehand and said let's try to get this done.
So if it doesn't work, we can also point the finger at Donovan Mitchell as well.
Yeah.
And that's all fair game. Totally fair game. We want to blame somebody if this doesn't work. But at the same time, though, I'm not going to blame Kobe Altman and Dan Gilbert for not trying it.
Because this year the East is ready to be cut through like hot knife through butter, yo.
You're right, JS. He will leave if it doesn't work. But if it wasn't going to work and he was going to leave, this is a chance to make it work and gives us a chance to keep it.
Yeah, because he wants guys that are going to play every day, and the guy that and James Harden doesn't play plays all back to backs. So that's definitely a win. I do want to switch gears, talk a little bit about baseball. Just some big news in regards to the Guardians. Framber Valdez signed the largest lefty deal of all time yesterday to go to Detroit. Framber Valdez has been really, really good against Detroit. Then after that, Skubal won his arbitration hearing against Detroit, and he's going to play for Detroit this year. He was always going to, for $32 million a year. You now are talking about a team in Detroit that has two guys that kind of dominate Cleveland. And
if you're a left-handed pitcher with a heartbeat, you do pretty well against the Guardians.
Well, two guys that are very, very good against Cleveland. Does this concern you if you are the Guardians? Like, do you respond and go get a right-handed hitting bat?
I just don't expect them to respond.
No, okay. I was curious because like obviously Mountcastle, and then who did I send you to? That also
Ty Franco.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely one of the deals. You know, would I be interested? I think there was better right-handed hitting options out there for them to go get that they could afford, but they didn't, and now they're in this situation. I am in this mindset of they are choosing the young kids, and they're going to lean into it, and for better or for worse. And there was a lot of people commending Dan Gilbert and Kobe Altman for trying and doing things. But they just play in different arenas, man. And they're criticizing, the Guardians front office for not doing anything. But we're talking about the team with the lowest payroll in baseball versus the team with the highest payroll in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have the money to spend and you spend it, when you spend the money that you have to spend, it affords you the opportunities to go for things. And if you fail, you can buy your way out of it. And Dan Gilbert has shown us over the years that he is not afraid to spend. He's not afraid to pay the luxury tax. He's not afraid to do any of that. And unfortunately, the Guardians have an owner who stays out of baseball operations, but also does not spend any money. And he's just not going to, because he's selling the team to David Blitzer, and he's trying to maximize his return.
Like you just don't want to have like heavy contracts in, because you lose the money when you sell the team on those.
So I mean, the reason why I said all that is I think it's unfair to criticize Chris Antonetti and Chernoff, because like they're playing with their hands behind tied behind.
Well, I was saying, I just wondered if they would try to go add a right.
I think they're going to try. I think it's out there that's been reported that they're trying to.
Ty France. I mean, he plays really, really good defense at first, and obviously, like, you worry about this sometimes with Manzardo out there. Like last year, the OPS was 680, but the peripherals like weren't horrible. Like he doesn't really strike out a
What's his
ton.
splits against left-handed pitching?
Well, I guess left-handed pitching, his OPS was 687.
Okay, so it's not great.
No, but his peripherals are a lot better than that. Like
my personal opinion is that CJ Kayfus, Kyle Manzardo, Chase DeLauder, and then when Travis Bazzana gets here, those 4 kids should play every single day.
And aren't all those guys lefties though? Like I'm thinking about the lefty problem right now.
They are, but like they're also your best players.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right? I mean, besides Jose Ramirez, like Rod, I totally agree with you. Ty France is like he's not going to change. To me, it's a moot point because like he's not going to change.
Well, he's better against lefties than Manzardo is slightly, but he also is a great defender. And I wonder, like, do you want Manzardo in there?
CJ Kayfus is going to. That means you're not taking away because if anybody's, and it's going to make me sick this year watching David Fry take at bats away from Kyle Manzardo.
Mm-hmm.
But you're talking about Ty Francis taking at bats away from CJ Kayfus is what we're talking about.
Yeah,
like Kyle Manzardo is going to be the DH.
Mm-hmm.
And CJ is going to play first base. That's just how it's going to go.
I do want to talk about a deal that was outrageous, dude. Eugenio Suarez.
Well, hold on. Can we talk about Skubal for a second?
Yeah, the arb case. What are your thoughts?
I still don't think he finishes the year in Detroit. If you're the Detroit Tigers, you cannot let him walk away for nothing. You can't.
I think he's walking away for nothing, big dog.
How do you do that?
I think they are trying to win the World Series this year, dude. They don't care about next year.
They're not.
Yes, they are.
I can tell you right now, they're not going to win the World Series.
They're going to try. They're going to try to slam the door with pitching.
They did the same thing last year.
Dog, they added Framber Valdez, though.
I understand that, but they had the arms last year, and they couldn't beat us. They couldn't even win the division.
Dude,
they couldn't beat our barely legal baseball team and win the division.
Yeah, but I think you're underselling how good Framber is.
I've also seen him get absolutely tagged in the playoffs.
Who, Framber?
Yes.
But he's like the most successful playoff pitcher kind of our generation.
What?
I mean, here we go. He was the ace on some of those ads. No, he wasn't. Yes, he was.
I'm not saying that he's not good, but he's not he's not the difference maker between them and getting over the hump of the Blue Jays and the Yankees.
Oh, yeah. I think
he's not that good.
I think he gets you over the Cleveland hump.
Maybe. I would hope so. No, we're talking about $180 million versus 64. You better.
Yeah, he gets you over the Cleveland hump. He's scary against a team like Seattle.
But you know what? The Central Division always comes through Cleveland until it doesn't.
It does, yeah, until further notice. I just think that, like this, I mean, again, like here we go. You don't sign the most expensive left-handed pitcher in the history of the sport unless you're trying to go do it.
That's great. Cool. But, like, they couldn't score against, us.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So, like, he's not good enough to get them over the hump of the Blue Jays and the Yankees. What are we talking about? He's just not.
I mean, he does scare me a little. Like, I think he's
as a Guardian. Like, as a Guardian fan, I'm like, oh, that's a tough deal.
Well,
if we're talking about the Tigers being taken seriously as a World Series contender, and like, with all due respect, not to ruin the Major League Baseball season, but we know who's winning the World Series.
Yeah. We already know.
Which makes zero sense as to why the Tigers won't trade him. That is insanity to not trade him.
I mean, I'm just telling you, like
you're talking about 5 of an organization's best prospects.
Mm-hmm.
That'd change. It would change your franchise because if you let him walk away for nothing, you are essentially going to have to restart entirely. Because without Taylor Skubal, they were ass, dude.
I mean, maybe they signed Framber to the 3-year in case they want to move Skubal this year.
He's not Taylor Skubal though,
huh? No, I'm saying like they signed him for the next 3 years to give them flexibility to move Skubal this year for parts and still have like a frontline ace that's left-handed.
He's really good. He's not the best pitcher on the planet.
Tyler, I'm saying, like, maybe they signed him because they cannot extend him. Maybe they signed Framber to allow them to move on from Skubal and get return and still have a frontline ace for next year. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying
he ain't the frontline ace that they need.
What ace? Dog, there's no ace available that they can get.
I'm just saying, if you let him walk away, like as soon
that's
as
what I'm saying.
I'm saying, as soon as Terry Skubal is no longer your team, you need to restart because they stink. Their lineup is overrated as hell, and all they have is a bunch of good young pitchers who couldn't last the 162. They couldn't do it.
Well, now they're old though. Now they've got pitchers that can last, right?
We'll see.
Because here we go. Like Skubal, Framber, Reese can last. You worry about Casey Mize. I think Flaherty's washed.
Yeah, I don't see it, man.
You don't see it with Flaherty?
I don't see the vision. I don't see how you can honestly look me dead in the eye and be like, they are gonna go for it.
Dog,
what, man?
Literally, Tyler. Why else would you sign? I agree with you. The Tigers are not winning the World Series. I'm telling you, is this not going for it?
I think it's a bad decision.
I'm saying you could say that, but
I also don't like this dude because I watched him cross up his catcher on purpose.
They said
fuck that guy.
So that cost him.
With all due respect, fuck that guy.
Yeah, that's real. That I will not push back on. I'm more speaking from the standpoint is I think the Tigers are going to try to go for it, yo.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Now, they need to beat the Cleveland Guardians first.
They do. Now, honestly, I want to say it because I think the person that this mattered the most to, this arbitration, because here we go. He won the ARB case. He wanted $32 million.
He should.
Well, you know who this might have ended their time with their team. You know who's going to get traded now because of this?
Who?
Paul Skeens. It's over.
Oh yeah. His
time in Pittsburgh is over.
That's another one. That's another one that's like, duh. What is the Pittsburgh waiting for?
No. It's I would contend that it wasn't a duh until Skubal won his arbitration, and here's why. Skeens is still pre-ARB. This is Skeens' last year of pre-ARB. If Skubal got $32 million, that would put Skeens probably in that $25 to $30 million range. The Pirates will not pay that.
Hell no.
I think they are going to try to trade him pre-ARB and get the king of all kings ransom back.
I really wish, man, that David Blitzer was going to buy the team. That was going to buy the team in 2027, because if that was the case, I have this theory, and I want Rod's opinion on this theory. I think small market teams should be operating and acquiring talent for their roster in 3-year windows. Meaning, okay. I would give up so much talent from the Guardians farm system to acquire Paul Skeens for a 3-year window and then trade him to get my return back.
Yeah.
And it increases my chance of the 3-year window, right? I have a 3-year window with a superstar player before he gets the big contract. And then I trade him to get a haul in return. So I'm giving up a haul to get him, and then I'm going to reap the benefits of having him, and then I'm going to trade him before. So, like, you know, if I was going to try to trade for Paul Skeens as a Guardian, I would trade Bazana, I would trade Manzardo, I would trade, Tanner Bybee, because this contract is phenomenal. Somebody will take that contract.
The Pirates would take that contract.
Right, and I would trade a bunch of other prospects because, like, he gives me a chance. He gives me the window with Jose Ramirez, with some pieces around him to go and win a World Series. And then I can flip it and get the prospects in return to then create another window.
But with Skeens, with that being said, are you okay with, while you have him controlled, paying him $30 million a year?
Yeah, because I know when he goes and gets his free agent contract, he's going to be making $40 to $45 million.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just like I think the Pirates looked at this and like, oh my God, Skubal on arbitration and Skeens is going to hit ARB1 in a year.
I mean, Skeens is the Pirates are going to get a 5 top prospects from an organization.
Yeah, no, I think so.
Rod, how many years does Ellie have on the contract?
I think Ellie's almost there. Like it's almost time. No, he's got 2 years of control, 3 years of control.
How many years of control does Ellie De La Cruz have?
He has. Why are they being like this? Ellie De La Cruz he's under team control until I think he's got what? He's got like 4 more years. Wait. Pre-arb. Oh, he's got 3 more years of control.
Okay, so
next year. He's still in pre-arb.
Yeah, if he's in pre-arb. So in that situation, you should. If I was the Reds, I would trade some of my prospects to acquire a bat to go with him, and then I trade Ellie with 1 year of control left to get a haul in return.
I guess but here we go. The Reds just kind of spent money to make sure they have a lineup. Now the Reds added Gino Suarez, 52 home runs a year ago, and they got him for $15 million a year.
Yeah.
So you don't move Ellie right now.
No, you can't move Ellie right now.
I mean, you literally you gave him a Robin for this year. I don't know.
You also have Hunter Green, who's one of my favorite young pitchers.
But he's not even the best pitcher on that team, though.
Yes, he is. I'd rather have Hunter Green than Chase Burns.
I wasn't even talking about Chase Burns.
Who are you talking about?
Nick Lodolo.
I don't know. I don't know that one.
Happy birthday, Nick Lodolo, dude. 6'6" lefty. The off-speed stuff is disgusting. Just wrapped up this year with a 3.3 ERA. He only has 156 innings. I love Nick Lodolo. I think Nick Lodolo is going to be the man.
I think Cincinnati is going to look a lot like the.
I'm hollering. No, Chase Burns is better, not Burns. Hunter Green's better, or whatever his name is.
Yeah, Cincinnati is going to operate like the early Cleveland Terry Francona teams, where their starting pitching is insane, and they just have to hit enough.
Yeah.
But Ellie also needs to be better. Ellie has to be better. He can't strike out 220 times. He just
I don't care about Ellie strikeouts.
I mean, if he's going to be your dude, he needs to be a little bit better. I'm not saying he can't strike out 175, 180 times.
Yeah.
He struck out 40. He struck out over 200 times.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I want him to keep swinging for the fences because they probably have a top 3 rotation in baseball next year. That's
but he's also the best athlete in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So I want him on the bases as well.
Yeah, that's fair. Maybe take his walks. He does have a chasing issue a little bit.
If he walks, it's a double.
Yeah,
because he's stealing second base.
I mean, and I agree with Rob. They got to move him to center field. But oh yeah, right. Abbott, Lodolo, Chase. That's a crazy. That's a crazy group.
Hunter Green. Hunter Green is a top 5 young arm in my book. Rod, this was Rod's super chat
from the other night.
On Monday. Pitchers and catchers starting next week. Thoughts on the Reds signing Suarez, which we just talked about. World Series picks. The Dodgers are winning the World Series. The Dodgers are winning baseball, and they're going to win the World Series.
Dude, is this the cheapest anyone's ever got 52 home runs for?
Yeah, for shit sure.
Bro, Santander got $100 million and he hit 40 home runs a year ago. Eugenio Suarez hit 52 home runs a year ago and got $15 million with a mutual option for the next year.
Yeah,
that's unbelievable.
Yeah,
52 home runs for that price. I'm surprised Boston didn't call.
Shit, why didn't the Guardians call? $15 million. We could pay $15 million.
Yeah, dude. What you guys gave Carlos Santana 12 last year?
Yeah.
Think about that. Carlos Santana got $12 million a year ago. Eugenio Suarez got a 1-year, $15 million deal. Yeah. 52 home runs a year ago.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Paul Dolan's selling the team, everybody. This is just how it's going to go.
Yeah, but the 1-year deal shouldn't even affect that. But this is Rod's other super chat.
Yeah, this is true. Olympics, so the Winter Olympics, the Super Bowl, which is Sunday. Who you got in the Super Bowl?
I don't know. I'm rooting for Sam Darnold, but I also love Mike Vrabel, so I'm just happy to be there.
Would you pick a winner?
No, I can't.
Yes, you can. Quit being a bitch.
No,
Pick somebody.
I literally love them both.
All right, I got the Patriots beating the Seahawks in an upset because I am a man and will make a pick.
You see that 70% of the money's on the Seahawks, so that's probably a good pick. Picking the Patriots.
But the Olympics, Super Bowl, college baseball starting, which I'm a huge college baseball guy. Spring training, World Baseball Classic, which we will be watching and following and talking about. Maybe Monday after the Super Bowl, we'll talk about some World Baseball Classic stuff.
Oh, we have to. Yeah, because I'm going to be watching the World Baseball Classic very, very closely.
March Madness, opening day, spring football, the Masters, NBA playoffs. Like, dude, this March is kind of lit in the sports world. It's like an underrated time. But the problem is football is such a king in our country. Like, as soon as football comes, like, football is king. So.
That's a great time.
Yeah.
Definitely a great time. Do you have anything else baseball-wise that you wanted to hit?
No, I think we're getting close to that time where we're gonna like get more in depth in it and talk about some stuff and
look at the Guardians. You and me have been studying behind closed doors a little bit more.
Yeah, studying the Guardians roster, looking at how things are gonna come together. Looking forward and how I think this team perform. It's going to be a very up and down season.
Yeah. Did they announce who is getting invites to camp, to spring training, like big league invites?
I don't think they have yet.
Okay.
I don't think they have yet.
There's a couple people I'm interested in.
Yeah.
A couple people I'm really.
It's going to be a very competitive Guardian spring training, though. Competitive,
Absolutely.
Good stories, things to follow for sure.
It's gonna be hyper competitive, bro. That second base thing is gonna be a war.
Second base, shortstop, outfield. It's a real deal,
dude. Because we've talked almost all offseason. We have not mentioned Juan Brito a single time.
Yeah, because I think Juan Brito's chances just passed him by.
He said, "Dog, you had the 3-0 lead. You lost."
Well, it's not that. It's just like the first number 1 overall pick is like.
Yeah, the issue is Juan Brito's so good in the spring every year.
Well, he wasn't good last spring when he had his chance.
Oh, you're right. He hit one tank early in spring and then evaporated after that.
Yeah. Travis Bazzana, Emily, is his name. Travis Bazzana.
He's playing for Team Australia.
Yeah.
He is built like a Lego minifigure, bro. He's got one of the craziest builds I've ever seen.
He's a good athlete, too. He's quick. Good base runner. I think he needs to play the outfield though, but that's just me.
Yeah,
I like my infielders having having their last name of their ending in "ez" or a vowel. Personally, that's
fair. That's fair. That's real.
You said you want to talk about the Browns?
Yeah, dude. Have they hired any defensive coaches yet?
I think they're still waiting on Jim Schwartz, man.
Dude, what are they gonna do?
I don't know what Jim Schwartz's plan is. Is it
a mistake though to go this long?
I mean, what are the Browns going to do, man?
I mean, I feel like
if Schwartz leaves, then doesn't the rest of the defensive staff leave? I don't even think the Browns defensive staff has done anything.
That's what I'm saying. Them not making a decision. No, I mean, Schwartz doesn't control the whole defensive staff.
Yeah, but if he's there,
I guess the new DC, yeah, but Todd Monken kind of at the presser said, with all due respect, I came here for the defense, and when I scheme against you guys, I'm not chipping Jim Schwartz. Chipping Myles Garrett. So
that was kind of a bar. I'm not gonna lie.
Is a kinda. That he came with the bar skis.
That was a bar. I can't lie. That was definitely a bar.
When we get ready for you guys, we weren't chipping Jim Schwartz. We were chipping Myles Garrett.
I think they got to take it back. Because I don't know what else is out there. I also, to be quite honest with you, I don't want that job to be open because our defensive coordinator at Columbus, that would be a very enticing job for Matt Patricia to want to go to.
And you'd rather have Matt Patricia stay in Columbus, obviously.
Absolutely. Listen, with all due respect to the Cleveland Browns organization, I will sacrifice. If the Browns losing every single game they ever play for the rest of the time means that Ohio State can win a national championship every third year, I'm signing on the dotted line.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I will always be an Ohio State fan first and foremost.
OSU first. They never put me through the misery the way the Browns have.
Nope, never. So I think you got, if you're Todd Monken, you want him to come back.
Yeah.
And
I mean, that's why I was surprised that he said in the presser.
Yeah.
Like, that's because it's not really a shot, but it's like not really like, well, we're going to do everything we can to like make sure we keep Jim Schwartz. Because like this is a rare case where like the very best available is the guy that hates your team right now. And like that doesn't really happen very often. Like he's the best available DC by a wide margin. And if not him, you would have to like hire a up and coming star, maybe like somebody's corners coach or someone to come be a DC. Because all the other DCs are kind of taken unless you get one of the Super Bowl guys, but no one's going to leave a Super Bowl DC job to go be a Browns DC.
No. So I want Todd Monken to have Schwartz come back. I want Schwartz to come, and I understand that it could just be for this year, and that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I also think it's late in the cycle.
It's too late. That's the issue. It's too late.
So like, there's not like who are you going to go get? So that's one thing. So I just think at the end of the day, it would make Myles Garrett happy, I'm sure, which is like low on my priority list. But you want him to come back just because there's not a better option. I don't want them to steal Matt Patricia, and I just think it would be the right thing to do. So we're going to have an old staff, which I kind of like.
It's good. You want some grizzled vets in there, Yeah. This from the Yahoo Sports article earlier today. The Browns usually let their disgruntled assistants go, but things probably have gotten a little too personal at this time. It's worth noting, too, Schwartz could strong arm his way out of Cleveland by taking a year off and reassessing his options in 2027. Monken would not get into details about his conversation with Schwartz, and then he made it loud and clear that he didn't take the job because of Jim Schwartz, leaving the door wide open. And then that said, the Browns defensive coordinator position should draw multiple suitors, and Monken may already have several potential candidates in mind. He says he wants to leave the defensive coaching staff intact, though. The Browns should also have a couple of in-house prospects to take the reins if need be.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
Yeah.
It is what it is. So, I mean, that's the other thing, too, we got going on is we'll start to really hone in on the draft because that's now that they've hired Todd Monken, I'm a fan of the hire now that I've gotten over the process. I'm a fan of the hire. I think it's going to be good for the Browns. I still think their talent stinks.
Yeah.
They need better players offensively. So it's just one of those things where, I don't know how much a coach is going to improve that until you get better players. There's literally never been a scenario where a coach has won a Super Bowl or been successful with bad players. It just doesn't happen. It doesn't exist. It never has, and never will.
Bingo. And then what else did I want to? Oh, I thought of you immediately. What the final report or the next report on Emmanuel Clase came out?
Oh god, yeah, it's worse. It's so much like that dude's going to jail. He's going to prison. There's no way he doesn't go to prison for this.
It's not funny, bro. 48 games over 2 years.
Yeah, bro, he's going to prison.
That's it. It's over.
It's the longest yard of baseball.
It's Jover.
JS, we don't really talk about the Bengals Cincinnati very much. I don't really follow Cincinnati too much. I know Chris doesn't either. As far as I'm concerned, the ownership and the front office has absolutely failed Joe Burrow. But Joe Burrow also needs to stay healthy. Mm-hmm. It's like a twofold thing. It's one of those deals where you just gotta find a way to be healthy. But the defense is so bad; they just can't get any stops.
Yeah,
there's he's going to give you 30 points. A healthy Joe Burrow with T. Higgins and Jamar Chase is going to give you 30 points. Just stop somebody just one time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like they're a similar organization. They operate similar to the Cleveland Guardians, but they just make too many mistakes, talent acquisition wise. So,
but they're fun at least. Like
yeah.
they're dysfunctional and
I
fun.
think the Bengals, they're better than the Browns are currently, but they're not better than the Ravens. You know, and the Steelers organization. I'm fascinated to see what happens with the Steelers organization. Fascinated.
Yeah. See how they're going to look next year. That's real. And then this. You have 10 championships. Shout out Rod for 5. You have 10 championships to spread out for your favorite teams in your lifetime. How do you spread it out? Reds 5, OSU 3, Browns 2 for me. And this is guaranteed chips, I presume.
So I have 4 teams. That's Ohio State, the Browns, the Guardians, and the Cavs. Okay, I can play this game. It would go 5 Ohio State national titles. I would go 3 Guardians World Series, and I would go 1 Browns and 1 Cavs.
I'm just going to keep it 100% a stack. I'm giving 2 to the Yankees, then Ohio State football gets the next 8. I don't give a shit. Like, I do not care. I need an 8-peat. Like, fuck you mean? And I'm betting on every single one of them.
I am curious, and I can honestly not give the Cavs one because, like, I've seen that one, and I saw it. Like, it was incredible. Like, I've seen that. I am curious to see what the city of Cleveland would look like if the Browns won the Super Bowl. I would be so fascinated to see what would happen in Cleveland.
Yeah, that would be insane.
Because I was in Cleveland when the Cavs won the chip.
Mm-hmm.
And it was one of the – I'll never forget the scene, the things that I saw. There were grown men climbing on fire trucks, climbing up light poles, bro. There were people smoking weed right in front of police officers, and police officers like, go for it, dog.
They said, man, I want to hit it too.
It's all good. I just like it was crazy. And I think it would be even wilder for the Browns.
No, it would literally they would
it's a football town. It's a football town.
No, that would be going. Hey,
so I'm gonna change my answer. I'm gonna say 6 to Ohio State, 3 to the Guardians, and 1 to the Browns.
I need Judge to get 1, and then I need 8 straight.
Yeah.
And then I might get Georgia Tech 1 at the very end. But, Tyler, this was elite, dude. Electric show. Make sure you like and sub. Thank you for 9K subs. Also.
I have a question. I got a question real quick. I got a question.
Got?
Who is the cooler fictional character? Batman or James Bond?
It's funny. I almost had a crazy existential moment because in studio today, I asked the question, who's the better fictional character, cooler fictional character, Batman or Iron Man? Now, the Batman versus James Bond question, it's Batman.
See, but who would I rather be? That's why I try to answer this question.
I'd also rather be Batman.
I think I'd rather be James Bond.
What? I'm Bruce Wayne?
Yeah, but like you're low-key like kind of depressed. Like you got some mental issues.
Okay, so like, wait, which version of Bruce are we talking about, right? Because I thought Christian Bale's Bruce was not even depressed until the third one.
Yeah, but like he only loves one girl. Like, think about all the baddies that James Bond gets to hang out with.
Dog, the whole thing about the Dark Knight was he had all the girls.
Yeah, but like he loved Rachel. It was all about Rachel.
Yeah, but like he got it with Catwoman. He had, bro, remember he brought the 2 baddies in the Lamborghini to the party.
Listen, man, Batman's skill, his special quality is that he's rich as hell.
And that is the best special quality to have.
But like, I get to play with all the rich toys for the free skis.
Brother, my brother in Christ, if someone said, would you rather have $1 billion endowment fund? But that's a B, Tyler. $1 billion endowment fund and have all your own toys, or you get to take these toys on loaners and work for someone else. I know for a fact Tyler McCormick is like, yep, make me Bruce Wayne.
I don't know, man. I'm just saying.
No, James Bond. No, and I don't.
Daniel Craig makes James Bond look really fucking cool, man.
Yeah, he was really cool.
He looks really cool,
bro. He was really cool. Alfred asked Christian Bale. He said, "Are you taking the Batmobile?" He said, "No, it's daylight. That'd be too loud." You know what he took instead?
The Lamborghini.
Come on, yo.
No, you're right. I'm just like, I've been watching the James Bonds because they're all on Netflix, and I'm watching them in order. I'm like, man, he's cool. Like he is cool.
No. Do not get twisted. Super, super dope.
Now, Batman and Iron Man.
I think that's a better comp.
I think I'm taking Iron Man there.
You can take a Tony Stark.
Not only am I also super rich, I'm also super smart.
Yeah, well, Batman's super smart too.
He's not smarter than Tony Stark.
No, Tony Stark is like what Elon Musk thinks he is.
So not only is he super smart, he's also super rich. And like I can fly,
and I don't have to keep my identity secret. I can wear the Iron Man suit out in public.
Yeah, people know exactly who the fuck I am.
Sign autographs.
Yeah, I'm taking Tony Stark, and then I'll take Bruce Wayne, and then I'll take James Bond.
That's real. I'm Chris. That's Tyler.
Peace.
So I'll take